Hey Wichita, it's Tyler, and we're back with our newest installment of our NextGen video series, where we're sitting down with Wichita's top residential builders, asking the questions you all want to know. Today our special guest is Derek Claassen with Prairie Construction. Derek, thanks for being here.
Yeah, you bet.
So let's just start with, tell us a little bit about who you are, talk about Prairie Construction, where you guys are right now as a company.
Yeah, we're a custom home builder. We build about 25 homes a year in the Wichita area and surrounding areas. A lot of them in developments and some out on land.
So you would you say you're mostly a custom home builder, or you spec homes as well?
A few spec homes, probably 90% custom, and then a few spec and model homes around different areas.
What areas do you typically build in? In the Wichita area, are you going south, Derby, Valley
Yeah,
Center?
we're kind of all over in Wichita, and then we build in Andover, Keachai, out in Mays, kind of anywhere people want us to go.
Anywhere they want you to. Can you kind of tell us maybe the history, the background of Prairie, when it was started?
Yeah, you bet. My father-in-law, Dan Rexford, actually started Prairie back in '93 and kind of grew it and was building about 10 homes a year. And then I came in with him 2005, started working for him. He taught me the business and then ended up taking it over and buying it from him. And so now I've been running it now for about the last 5-6 years.
That's awesome. Dan's blessed to know him. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a good teacher.
Absolutely. So you started in 2005, so that means you started before the recession.
I picked a great time. Yeah,
absolutely. So can you tell us how you and Dan worked through that up to the recession and how things went after, and kind of how we built back up?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, I started about '04, so it was a great time in Wichita for building homes. Yeah. Going really well. So switched over, and then it kind of obviously started going the opposite way. So we actually built some rentals. I would trim houses, paint houses, do whatever, just kind of keep busy and make sure that he'd keep me employed through the rough time. And then, in Wichita, it took a couple extra years to kind of get it back. I think 11 was actually almost the worst year.
Yeah.
And then we've kind of slowly progressed since then and built back up. So
after that, I know we get into COVID, another strain on home building, but actually things got pretty busy. Can you talk to us about how you guys got through COVID after, and then how you guys have grown now to where you're at today?
Yeah, you bet. As Dan decided to retire, I knew I'd have to bring on some other guys, obviously take his spot, and we've actually grown since then. So I've got a couple supervisors and a really good team that made COVID a lot easier. Obviously, we had our struggles with getting materials and things like that, and prices going crazy, but still kept things sort of on track and keeping homeowners happy with a longer schedule for sure.
Yeah. So you spoke on pricing. I know pricing is not going up how it was then, but we're still inching forward on inflation and things like that, and rising interest rates. So has it affected your business as of late, or can you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, we've really stayed pretty steady. We've got a lot of great customers that understand now is still the best time to build. It's always going to be more expensive. So it's just a matter of getting them to see, especially what features we're putting in, what added value we're bringing to the home, rather than just building, a quote normal home. We're actually adding some energy efficiency things. We're adding extra features that they wouldn't get in every house. So kind of helps them get the bigger picture of what they're getting for the money, because it is a hit when you're seeing the price.
Yeah. So what is that feature, maybe that stamp that says this is a Prairie Construction house, not just anybody else?
Oh, sure. Well, we take a lot of pride in building a really good house, and that's not just things you can see, but the stuff that's behind the walls.
Yeah.
Insulation and just how obviously all the materials are installed. So using really good subcontractors, which Wichita has a lot of, and so we really take pride in doing that. And then we do like to put our own stamp on how we decorate, how we kind of finish out the houses and make sure that everybody's happy with the final product.
Yeah, and you spoke on subcontractors, which Wichita does have a great set of partners for all these builders. Has WABA been influential for you to find those trade partners?
Yeah, super helpful. WABA helps just in the fact that anyone who's a member has obviously been vetted and knows other people in the construction industry. So it does make it easier to trust who it is, rather than just somebody you meet on the street and go, I can do siding. You never know.
You came in the industry in 2004, 2005. What advice would you give to any young man or woman that may want to go into the construction industry?
Yeah, well, even in my case, I just came in on the ground floor, like starting out doing stuff that probably a lot of people, it's not very appealing, sweeping out houses, just doing kind of the grunt work, but it lets you learn all about the business, learn the trade. So whether you're going to try to be a home builder or work in the trades, I think just being able to start at the bottom, and there's opportunity, and you'll be able to move up, and if you have a desire to own your own business.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the same path that I did. I started out at the ground floor, and it wasn't glorious work, but it was gratifying.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Being persistent in this industry, I think you quickly realize that there's so many opportunities. That college is a necessity to be successful. I think that we're seeing a lot for young men and women coming into this. It's construction now isn't Plan B; it's also another Plan A.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's becoming much more popular.
Yeah.
So, Derek, maybe you could speak on some other opportunities that WABA has shown you through networking, maybe?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, in dealing with WABA, it's not just builders that are members. Obviously, we talked about subcontractors, but there are also realtors and lenders, and I've gotten lots of opportunities to meet new people, get new business opportunities and things through it. So just a lot of connections you can make through WABA.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even being in WABA, I've noticed that you may be in a room full of, they're actually your competitors, but at WABA, it's kind of like you're able just to feed off each other and pass ideas around, and people are so open to sharing their knowledge of wealth with you.
Yeah, Wichita is a great building community where, like you say, when we're out there, yeah, we're competing against each other, but we're also sharing information and helping each other out. So
I think another thing that I really like about WABA, but I don't think people know about, is the level of advocacy in government at the local, state, and national levels, how they're looking out for our best interest to make sure that the building process and building regulations and codes are in our favor so that we're able to provide affordable housing for homeowners.
yeah, absolutely. As builders or tradespeople, we can't always keep up with everything going on in the industry, so it's great to have them to be advocating for us and give us feedback as to what is going on out there on all levels, like you say, government, at national and state and local level.
I probably joined just because I thought that's what you're supposed to do, not knowing what they did. I mean, thought it was just a club that we talked about building houses, but getting in there and meeting the faces and being able to spend time with people that are so influential in our community that have so much more knowledge than me. That when I joined when I think I was 20 years old and probably thought I knew a lot more than I did, but getting to spend time around people like you and other members of WABA really elevated my career, and just knowing that I had people in the industry that I could rely on.
Yeah, it's great when you're young to have those resources like WABA is, that you can go in and learn from those that have done it before us, that have already had the experience, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
As a residential home builder, being the owner of that company, can you kind of tell us what a day in the life of Derek Claassen is?
Yeah, it's a mix. I spend some time in the office, and I still love being on job sites. That's why I got into it, is to be out there and interact with the guys. So just making sure everything's running smooth, that the customers are happy. Now it's communicating with my supervisors and designers, making sure that everything's fitting together. But yeah, it's great even when I'm out there to see young people that are stepping in and being a part of the industry. It's exciting. I'm even this summer going to have an intern who's in high school trying to decide what they want to do, so he's going to intern with us and get some experience. And so those opportunities are always available. There's always stuff to do and ways to learn about if this industry is right for you.
I think that's so crucial right now in this day and age when we're seeing the baby boomers are retiring, and there's so many of them in our field. And right now, Gen Z and millennials aren't really taking those spots right as fast as we need them to.
Right.
So putting out internships and really spending the time to show these young kids and coming out of high school that this is a viable career option is outstanding.
Yeah, I think sometimes the younger generations get a little bit of a bad rep, like all do from the older generations, but there's lots of young kids that want to work hard and really want to be a part of what's happening in Wichita.
So, Derek, I really appreciate you taking the time away from your busy business to sit down and talk with NextGen, and we look forward to the next chat.
Yeah, it's been a great conversation.
Thank you. Wichita, thanks again for tuning in to our NextGen Builder Series. If you'd like to sit down where Derek's at today and highlight your business and speak to NextGen, please reach out to WABA, Christian, or myself. We have to set that up with you guys. Thank you.